So welcome back to Level Up TV. We're on to map 2 of the Netherlands versus France in the ClanBase Nations Cup 2012 Group C. Let's have a quick rundown of the teams. Exodus, Gouda, Ptolemy and Silenset for the Netherlands, and for France, CRV, Wins, Gizmo and Hodge. Teams remain the same for the French map pick of Hidden Fortress. I'm Disrepute, and I'm joined for this map by none other than NVC.
Hello, Disrepute.
Hello.
Fancy seeing you online.
What are you doing here? Crazy.
I don't know. This new thing called the internet. Thought I would check it out.
How's your new monitor, by the way?
Well, it was okay. My ViewSonic got a lot quicker, more responsive. Not much, but I decided to keep my ViewSonic, and I've actually passed the Samsung on to my brother. So definitely one of the best available. But yeah.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1. And we're live on Hidden Fortress. Ptolemy starting off with, which of course on the first map NVC pointed out was being a little bit too aggressive and built up a massive negative net that perhaps cost his team a lot of frags there. CRV getting ambushed straight out the doorway. It looked like France had got that position in on the LG yellow, which is obviously a big advantage early. And look at the shaft damage dealt out going up that staircase. And we're probably looking at the teams moving towards quad now, because it can spawn now at 30 seconds or to the end of the minute. Of course, we don't know the first spawn. There it is. It is actually an early one. No one's by it. We're following Kodge. He is the closest man to it. Oh my god, gets caught out by Gouda last second, who picked up that freshly spawned shotgun, and Kodge straight off the spawn fragged as well. Wins! Going to take out the quad with shaft.
Yeah, had that been 4 times quad damage, you would have gotten away with that. But as is Quake life these days, the shotgun was not good enough. And Wins star player for Colwyn.
Yeah, it was kind of unfortunate because as he jumped to move in towards that room, he didn't see anybody there at first. Just sort of started to look away as he jumped, and Wins came popping out and hit a perfect shaft on him to take him out pretty comfortably in the end. Wow, Exodus moves in though. Rails wins and he's straight up the stairs into position, and now the Netherlands have control of this yellow. Still got 5 seconds till it spawns, but you'd say NVC, one of the key areas of the map to control?
Yeah, definitely. You know, and a great idea to put Exodus on here, especially if he's hitting those kind of rail shots. Going to give you a lot of early damage onto anyone coming in, and obviously has a whole lot of other weapons to support it as well. And he can just stay here until he absolutely needs help. And as long as his teammates are available if needed, should just fine of holding.
It's 3 frag margin, but that's soon going to change as the Netherlands defend this area against a French attack from below. I mean, massive advantage you get from being high if they're attacking in low. We saw Exodus easily just filing down a few rockets. I'm going to cycle around a little bit, get into more the action zone, the red armor area. Gouda gets fragged there. Now we're following Wins, just sitting on top of that red. Does miss out on the pickup, I think, to a teammate who was instantly railed.
Yeah, I mean, your best player doesn't have to stake all the armors. Maybe you can do better without them. So, the end of the world for him.
Yeah, 10 seconds to go until the quad. Only Wins there at the moment with a shotgun. Strange that neither team seems really that well set for it. In fact, 5 seconds to go. I know it was an early one initially and you can get caught out by the first one, but the second one you shouldn't really be caught out by. France secure that easily against Netherlands. Isn't it like 1 player there or something?
Well, I think Ptolemy was the last guy to take the yellow armor, and he came into quad extremely low, so I have a feeling the rest of his team did a good job, rest of France that is, in shooting down the Netherlands players early.
Wins getting an easy rail frag on Exodus. Gouda going down as well. Really nice rail from him there. Goes up the staircase though, and even if you're as good as Wins, I mean, it's just such a dangerous route to take. I don't know why players continue to do it, because we must see a success rate of something like 10% when we watch this match of players actually achieving something going up that stair.
Yeah, definitely very difficult, but the other way to look at it is if you do take the other side of the map, it takes a lot longer to get there, and if you can pull off the stairs, you could be on for a great fragment.
I mean, essentially, if you're going to do that, you need your teammate to move in high above you and draw the fire of those defenders, because coming up the staircase against any kind of opposition with a weapon, you're going to take a lot of damage, even if you do kill them. Following Gizmo now, moving through into that room with Plasma. He is easily dispatched by Exodus with the lightning gun. He's got a nice stack of 65 armor. Railgun shaft, Plasma ups his armor again, misses out on the mega, but Kodge is going to suffer anyway. even though Netherlands in this yellow room, probably more than France would say at the moment, they are 10 frags behind. Going to cycle away though from Exodus, not really doing anything. We're on Gooder's point of view. 25
I just want to point
seconds
something
before
out. Wynn's actually just trapped Ptolemy on his way out from yellow armor, picked up his LG and then cleared out yellow, took it himself, and he's going to have the last one before quad.
Oh wow, actually let's switch round to Wynn's then.
Well, he's low now, unfortunately. Exodus doing a good job.
Well, 10 seconds to go until the quad. Exodus is pretty weak. We'll just follow him as he moves across to the other side of the map. CRV straight for the spawn. Nice frag by Exodus. Really controlled a bit of LG and then finished with the rocket launcher. He has got the weapon for the quad, so he's going to pick it up. The 50 is up. That's ideal. And they saw the French team all on the back side of the map there. Decides to take this upper route to attack them. I probably would have just taken advantage of the fact they were there and just rushed into yellow. But seems like there's an easy route in anyway.
I mean, if you mix it up every quad run, your opponent's never going to know where you're going to come from. So
oh my god, 3 frags in a row there. Gonna get another of wins off the spawn. That's 4 frags on this quad run. They all come within a few seconds of each other. And the teams are tied as a result. Really nice play from Exodus. Let's cycle around a little bit though. Again, we switch on to Gooder sitting on top of that red. He's going to grab it for himself. Only got 1 rocket shot left. Decides not to waste it. Firing up at them and now looking out for that shotgun.
Yeah, I mean, they do seem to have lost out on yellow armor again, Netherlands. It's going to be what they need to you know, take the lead here. They can't just, like, sort of allow it just to be red armor. Do what they're planning.
I mean, for me, obviously you can build up quite a big amount of frags controlling the yellow, but the most important is how you play the red. If you can get the rails out, if you get more reds than your opponent, if you can get just a slight advantage on the play at red, like survive a bit more than the other team, get more kills, then you get much more of an advantage at yellow as a result.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the main thing is you could technically just leave yellow alone, but you can never leave red alone. You absolutely have to put damage on there if you not take the red. Otherwise, you're going to get completely screwed over because of the amount it will get while double railed by sunset.
We're looking at wins. He's absolutely tanked to the brim now. Just picking up that mega. We saw his perfect timing on the weapons, on the mega health, and the armors. 10 seconds to go before quad. He's looking like the big beastly player that's going to take this. He's got a shotgun. He's got a shaft. Look at this. He hardly took any damage there, and he's going to take this quad. This could be a big run. Did just miss out on the red, but he doesn't really need too much extra armor with that mega pickup. Oh! Does get the frag, does take a rail, and he's got to be a little bit more cautious now. Another rail from Silencer, only 25 health left. 3 frags on the board, the 50 there, so tempting. Does make a jump for it. There's no damage at a distance, although there's one last ditch challenge. That is survival with the machine gun. Whoa, what a rocket! They got the staircase. This time it actually is going to work out. Thanks to that pretty amazing rocket, actually.
Yeah, and you know, Wynn's actually waited for his teammates to go up first. What you said, you know, draw the fire. Didn't actually come from the other doorway, but it was enough. So, yeah, teaming up nicely.
CRV hit the kind of direct rocket you just don't normally hit when you got up that staircase. But that's yeah, a nice attack. They're taking control of yellow, and then Wynn straight away. You see what he wants to do with the items that he's gathering. He wants to move out and really deal out some damage. The only problem is, every time he does, they kind of lose position on the yellow. Oh, misses out on that yellow pickup as well. And this is going to put them in a bad position to defend it. Oh, it's a stupid switch, giving the LG straight back to COD. And France just ahead by 10 frags or so. I mean, this is kind of a repeat of the first map, where we saw France were always just ahead. It was pretty close, and then they built it up to about 10 frags at about this stage as well. Obviously, completely different game style to the previous map. Following Silencer being 57% lightning gun at the moment. Nice rails! God, 6 impressives for him. Hitting 56% rail. And of course, we've seen how dominant Silencer can be with rail in the past. 10 seconds to go to a quad, though. Will Netherlands actually make it there this time?
Looks like Ptolemy's coming around the back of the RG. He's the only one there, though. All the yellow triangles are away. Yeah, there we go.
So Exodus grabs it. He is instantly dispatched, though, so we've got no quad on the map. We're back onto Silencer's point of view. And he's moving through to this mega health now. He did seem to know the time for it, but missed out on it. Nice bit of railing there. We've seen this so many times from Silenset, he can just wander around a map pretty much unchallenged in the areas he manages to pick. Just picking off people at distance with his rail, dealing out constant damage. It's a really intelligent play as well. It's hard to fathom, as well as you're spectating, how he doesn't get challenged more. But just when these players, they kind of understand the space around the map and the player movement, they can play a pretty safe game around the map with a rail. There you go, like that's the first attack he's had in the last, I don't know, 60 seconds or something.
I mean, it's just about picking the angles. These players know the angles inside and out. You can move from one place to another. It's not like he's picking random places to fire them. He has his idea where he wants to move to next, and he'll take it.
Wow, this is a great player to play as well and brought Netherlands right back to a 4-frag margin now. Gizmo just right on top of that rail pickup. He does have a time on it then, but then so did Netherlands because Gooder went through the teleport as he saw it being picked. 45 seconds before the quad. France in control of this yellow. Gizmo, nice rail there. Moving out to the midfield. You've got to be really careful railing through in this position. You get some good rails, but they're pretty, like, sort of flat angle to them, so easy to dodge in a way. And also, you can just be machine gunned down so quickly as soon as you move out to this midfield.
I think what I'm interested about Nerds Distribute is Wins has definitely heard that red armor. He was above it. I'm curious to see whether he's going to risk going for it and then give him 7 seconds to get to quad, or whether he's just going to ignore it, let someone else fall for the bait, and allow France just to go straight to the quad themselves first.
We're following him now. It looks like he might wait for that red. There you go. He does grab it. He's got 5 seconds to go. Is there a rocket jump coming? No. He decides he has got time to move in. Misses out on it though. Gooder grabs it. Wins gets the frag on the quad, so there you go. He's got 80 odd armor. He did frag the quad, so he missed out on the power up, but he was able to eliminate it, and that was the trade-off.
Yeah, I mean, they've got the lead as well, so it's not too bad. I mean, had he not got challenged at that red armor, he would have gone into quad, full HP, and maybe even been able to take it. So it kind of paid off.
Again, look, even the grenades do damage. Wins does come out victorious, though, and France just took the last red, and now the yellow room. And they have the yellow as well. Wins is actually going to pick it out before he gets machine gunned down. Oh my god! Just manages to dodge that grenade. I don't know. He's actually done a really good job surviving there.
Yeah, he'll be calling for teammates now to come and pass some of these weapons off, I think. Maybe.
Yeah, let's give him some rails as well. I mean, he's hitting 83% rail. He does get caught out though. No teammates supporting him there in that position. One of the issues with this map and defending these certain areas is the lack of health that you've really got. I mean, especially as you lose position going for any of the health balls. You drop off here for that 25. You move out to that midfield open doorway for that 25, or you go around to the back for that 25. I suppose you could go all the way to the midfield for the 50 or go for the mega down below. But anywhere you go from this yellow room, the danger is when you've taken damage, you need to get health. That's when you can lose position.
I mean, that's kind of why you push your own teammates out, so that they've got less chance of coming in against you. They've got the areas covered themselves.
Exactly. Gooder just waiting on this red. He gets spawned on by CRV, who might pick up the red himself. There it is. Does manage to grab it, and all that Netherlands pressure hasn't really worked out too well for them. They have done a lot of damage, but then so is CRV and the French.
I'm worried here for France. A lot of their players are low HP. As I can see a bit of armor for the NL team, Exodus especially, 150-50.
Here you go, Exodus sitting on the quad. That's great by CRV, pushing him off with the pummel. It looks like Netherlands will still get the quad. Gooder has picked it. He wants his teammate to drop him the lightning gun. That's one of those things that should just be an instant reaction to do that. As soon as you see a quad carrier, just give them the lightning gun. But Gooder does eventually get it. He's going to pick up their rail as well. Should have a time on that then, 30 seconds later. And of course, every weapon spawns after it's picked. Doesn't decide to drop off for the yellow and maybe the lightning gun yellow. What's he doing? Oh my god! He mustn't have noticed that. I think he just sort of was looking peripheral vision and thought it exploded, but unbelievable. That was a big moment as well for Netherlands to start bringing it back.
I mean, you can change the grenade colour on your strike using a console command. Maybe he has it as like black or something.
Transparent.
Yeah.
It is a closer game though anyway. 5 frags the margin, but I mean, Wins, we see what he's doing on the backside of the map. He obviously taken control of the LG yellow. He's obviously picked up the armor. Again, he's, every time Wins decides to take the lower route, look at the damage he takes going up that. It's a strange one, but I guess maybe Wins isn't normally the actual holder of the yellow. Maybe he's just the support player to it. But to me, it's a surprise with Wins that such an intelligent, top-quality player, like every time he's almost putting himself in a worse position to take back the room, and lost all of his stack as a result.
But you just pick up, you know, 1 or 2 frags every time, so maybe, you know, in the end it's paying off, I guess.
That works out.
Exactly. Yeah. Just
oh my god, great grenade, although he is fragged by Silentcep's rocket. We've got 25 seconds before the quad, and it's all up in the air over the control of this yellow room.
Or red.
5 seconds to go before red as well. Silencep, oh my god, just somehow dodges that plasma mostly, although he's going to take a lot of damage here. Going for this LG. Kodge manages to grab it right in front of Ptolemy, who picks up the yellow. I'm going to cycle around, have a look on this other side of the map. CRV moving in to the quad. Seems like Wins is there with a rail as well. 1 second to go before the quad. Wins going to grab it. Is he? No. CRV is no! And it's still up. Gizmo manages to grab it. He has not got much to work with. Does have a shotgun now and a rail.
Yeah, rail's up in about 14 seconds, I think. So, I mean, Gizmo should either wait or let someone go there because he is railable. If someone just pick that up.
Yeah, he's got to be very careful. Misses out on that lightning gun as well. This hasn't been the best quad run ever, and there's only a 2 frag margin between the two teams now. There's only 2 quads left. We've only got a quarter of the map as well, so it's anyone's game at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, we always say you see some of the biggest scores on this map. It's kind of my equivalent of DM7 from Quake 3. Massive comebacks, massive scorelines. It's very amusing to watch, and I hope it never gets removed from the pool.
Following Exodus, let's have a look at the scoreboard quickly. Some of the items. 18 all on the Reds, 35 to 32 on the Yellows. Pretty close, that is. Megas, just advantage to Netherlands as well, 14 to 11. So there's a slight advantage going to them as well on the 5-3 on the quads as well, though they're actually 13 seconds shorter on quad time. In terms of damage, who are high damage players? Silencep 8.2, same as Gooda. Exodus really not dishing out probably as much damage as he would like on this map. Exodus moving out there though and getting a couple of frags, and he's going to get the mega out of this. No, he isn't. Gizmo just diving in right in front of him, grabbing it, and actually gets the kill with machine gun.
Yeah, I think what's going to be important about these next sort of 4 minutes is that whoever gets this next quad builds some kind of lead. I mean, Netherlands have to close the gap, but if France even so much as get 4 or 5 kills with it, if they were to get it, all they need to do is move in toward the yellow armor and stack it as a team, and then they'll pretty much stay alive and make the last quad almost impossible to come back with. So
let's follow Silence at 100, 145 shotgun rail. 5 seconds to go to a quad, taking this main route in from the front of the map, you'd call it. Great shotgun work, gets a couple of frags and picks up the quad. Wins does so much damage with the shotgun, actually gets the frag with the rail as well. Even stole the yellow, but did give away his railgun. But great play by Wins there, taking out the quad. I mean, he was tanked to the brim, Silence there, and that could have been a massive quad run for the Netherlands.
Yeah, what can you do against an arrogant rail? You know, Wins has what, 55 HP? It's like, well, if I win a raid, the quad's just going to run at me anyway, so I might as well just try for the shot. Cheeky railgun. Hits it, and yeah.
Oh, we check out some great railing play from Silence. He's in 59% there. He had, what, 14 impresses, was it? I read, I think. Great play. Let's look at some of his other stats as well. 51% LG, 46 rockets. Pretty
look at his stat now with the railgun.
This passage of play, actually, I mean, it sort of led up to the quad. The quad would have put them probably in the lead from the quad alone, so it was lucky Wins took it out, but straight after that, Silencep pulled out the kind of play you'd sort of think a quad would have the effect of. So it didn't matter too much that he dropped the power up. Anyway, Netherlands do just take a small margin lead with 2 minutes to go on this map. Could potentially be going to a third at this rate. This is the French map pick.
Do you set up early or come in last second for this last quad disc? I'm not sure.
I think you get a stack guy and you get him there now probably to make sure it's secured out, and the rest of your team can start moving in a bit slower when they've got a bit of something. Problem is if you go too early, yeah, you get rushed down, and if you go too late, they might already set up a good defensive play, so you just have to split your team a bit, I think. 10 seconds to go till this final quarter. See grenades spammed out. Oh my god, great rockets from Kodge there and a good rail finish. There is still, look at all these spammer grenades. Really good grenade work by whoever that was for the Netherlands, and the Netherlands are going to grab this final quad. We're still following Silence across the other side of the map. Good is not looking particularly strong, but Oh, he does get a shotgun down by Gizmo, who's looking really strong here with red armor. Shotgun in hand. Doesn't dispatch Silencer very effectively, but actually looks like the momentum might be with France here.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say what you do. Nobody should stop and try and hold a room here. Everybody should just keep on playing as they're playing and hope it kind of works out in their favour.
Oh my god, this is Wins inside the yellow, shaft in hand. He's picked up a drop plasma. He's going to get this last LG as he... Oh, the Mega's up. He wants the LG first. He's going to miss out on that Mega. His teammate actually gets it, so that's fine. Anyway, teams are tied, and now Wins is looking very deadly, moving out last 30 seconds of the map. If I was both teams, I'd try and bunch together. Looks like Netherlands kind of did there. 2 seconds to go until this red. Wins maybe saw that in his peripheral vision as he just swished around, but does miss out on it. Ptolemy manages to grab it. 10 seconds to go. 4 frag margin. And Wins has been worn down, although he takes out Ptolemy and Gooder. Look at this match-winning play in the last minute by Wins. He was so cool and calm, stacking up on their yellows, and France take the victory.
I mean, the match was fantastic played by both teams, but I think Wins just so arrogant, but you know, arrogant for all the right reasons. Coming up the yellow armor stairs, I don't know how many times, getting away with it, picking up 2-3 kills a time, despite losing his stack, losing his weapons, you know, and that's why he had such a great net. Which took the risks, they paid off every time.